Okay. All right. Before I get into this, you all are probably trying to figure it out. I want to release a word that when we were first invited, I don't remember when it was, when we were first invited, I started asking the Lord what He wanted us to release here. So He started giving me a word. So I just started writing it down. So I want to make sure I release that tonight. Okay. So the ground that you're tilling, the Lord says, is untilled ground. The land is much harder right now. It's taking time to till it, to break it up, place soil on it, and water it. The church has not tilled the ground, breaking up the ground for good soil. They've come in and laid a church on top of untilled ground, meaning they've placed poor foundation on top of poor foundation. The Lord says, don't stop tilling. He's bringing you help to till and place soil. And then you must continue to apply the water. Don't forget to water the land. He's sending laborers. Jesus said it Himself, could you not labor for me with just 1 hour? So the tilling, this is where we bring equipping. We lay down godly foundation and godly truth, hosting the presence of God, teaching His people how to carry His glory, establishing the church foundation His way, not our way. Learn to labor in prayer. The soil, this is in our time of prayer, making deposits in the Spirit, contending and interceding for the land. If my people would humble themselves and pray, seeking the face of God, because this land needs revival. And then the water. Now we bless and not curse. We speak life and not death. Water the body. Clean the church up. Deliver them. Free them. We must drown in the water in order to be fruitful. It's time for the church to die in the water and be fruitful. That's it. Thank you, Lord. So a part of that, the Lord, I'm gonna hand this over. If y'all can pass this around. I have a picture. I just want y'all to just kind of look at it. See what it is. This just goes with the word. It's considered like a Georgia Grand Canyon. Is what it is. If you look at it, it's beautiful. It looks like the Grand Canyon, just a very mini, small version of it. Years ago, that land that you're going to see was flat land. I'll wait till y'all pass it around so you. Thank you, Lord.
So it's like a giant sinkhole. Colorful one.
It's very beautiful.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
That's what they call it, like a Georgia Grand Canyon. Yeah. Call the neighbors over, let them see it as well. Good, awesome. I promise you I have a reason for showing you this, because it goes with the word. So years ago, this was farmland, is what this was. And due to poor farming practices, putting poor soil, the way that they would do things, chemicals, they didn't know what they were doing, and they were pouring this poor foundation of soil on top of each other, till eventually the ground just disintegrated and all caved in. what you're seeing, which is beautiful now, is because of people. Man came in and just completely destroyed it. And this is why the foundation is so critical. And this is the condition of where the church is at, because there's a lot of poor foundation. Nobody has a clue how they're supposed to walk, how they're supposed to live, how they're supposed to operate. And you see I'm not even concerned about denominations. If the Spirit's there and they believe in the Word, then to me, I don't even look at the denomination. But of course, it's there because of man. And then we have all these different foundations, and it's just stacked on top of each other. And I believe what the Lord is wanting to do here, and I say here, I'm really talking about this group of people here, is foundation. Okay, just because he's, and I believe this is why we're here. This is why Pastor Bobby is here. Is to just help lay that down the best we can, what the Lord has given us to release. Does that make sense? So I wanted to give that word. So I'm going to talk about carrying His presence and carrying oil, because we can do a lot of things and we can operate and we can go out and we can carry His glory everywhere we go, but we can walk and operate without any oil that we've just saturated in. Our quiet time, the time of intimacy that we have, the time that we have as we seek the face of God. And we can do all the right things. We've talked about this before, me and my wife. You can make anything ritualistic, even prayer. We have prayer 6 times a week, I think, at our church. We can make that very ritualistic, very easy. So it's very important that we're always grounded and we're always we're always saying, Lord, okay, this is not business as usual. We're stepping into a new glory, a new level of your glory. So first I want to talk a little bit about the oil, the importance of being filled with oil. He wants us to operate in oil. And that's the fuel. And I don't know much about cars, but for an engine to operate, there's at least 3 main components that's needed for the engine to start. Is it too loud?
Talk super loud.
No, that's as loud I'm gonna be able to talk. Okay. What was I saying?
You were talking about the engine and the...
Yeah. So there's 3 main components that is needed. Is there any mechanics in here? Good. Okay. All right. I've done my research. I promise I've done my research, but just want to make sure. So 3 components: fuel, compression, and spark. It's the 3 main components. And the Lord started taking me on this little understanding of that and the way He does that. And the compression, He's wanting, as we spend that time with Him, He's wanting to crush us and apply pressure, because this is where the oil comes from. This is where the oil comes out. This is the fuel. Okay, the fuel is needed. Fuel is needed for an engine to start. But without a spark, there's nothing. So He's saying, you're wanting the fire, you're asking to light me on fire. He's saying, I'll provide the fire, but you have to provide the fuel. So when you provide the fuel in prayer and seeking His face, when you provide the fuel, He ignites it, you have combustion. And that's when the engine starts. And that's what He's saying, I want to do that with everyone. Which is why we have to have a new oil. As Jessica talked about, the vessel, we have to be a vessel. There are many people that are still operating on 15-year anointing from 15 years ago on the same oil, because we're not speaking that time, spending that time with Him, and amazing things have happened, 15, 20 years ago. We say, but I'm doing something new, but we're still hanging on to that. You ever experienced that at all? We're still hanging on to that. And the Lord's saying you're living off of this 20-year, 10-year, whatever it is, anointing, but I've moved past that. I'm in a whole new glory. So it's like it's time for the new oil, not the recycled oil, because it has an expiration date. Oil in a vehicle has an expiration date. I know that because when I get back home, I got to do an oil change. And it's only been a month. but it has an expiration date. And what happens is you know what it looks like when you first put it in the car, and then when you emptying it, it's black. It's got a lot of stuff in it, so it has to be changed out, and that's what he's wanting to do. New oil. And I have a little illustration here. And so when you don't have oil, he's like, he's providing the flame, and we can ignite it, but if it won't stay lit. And the reason why
The reason why I was supposed to.
Yeah.
It's not very bright.
Yeah. No. But you see how it dims out. There's nothing to pull from. There's nothing to pull from. But if you stay filled with the fuel, and then he'll light us up. Because this wick here is pulling and sucking that oil. It's got something to pull from. So when we go through our life and what he's calling us to do, no, he's saying, you need the oil. When you go to Walmart, you need the oil because there's going to be something on it, because he's the words mattered, but I guarantee you it was more than the words. Guarantee you that. We can go and we can preach all day long, and he needs us to carry his glory everywhere we go and be filled with oil. Be filled with it. When me and Jess first started this journey that we're on now, he had us to sell our house and sell everything we have and buy a motorhome. And I would sit back and say, Lord, why did you need us to do all this stuff? Because we can do that. I mean, we can still live in a house and still do what we're doing. Still traveling, we can still live in a house. And I never really understood it. And then one day I was sitting at a table with some people we had joined up with in Florida. And they were talking about a revival that took place back in West Virginia. And they just kind of came through. People were being touched, and there was youth. It was even on the news. And they were talking. There were like interviews of these people. They probably stuck around for about 3 weeks, and then they were gone. And then every single person just went back to life as usual. And they didn't know what to do. Well, what do we do from here? And the Lord started to show me, because I've called you to establish my glory. And he took me to David. Okay? So let me go. If y'all know the story of David, it's in 2 Psalm 6. When he goes out and he goes to get the ark, and he's bringing the ark back, right? Y'all know that story, right? Okay, so he's bringing the ark back. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it for a little while. It says, again, David gathered all the choice men of Israel, 30,000. And David arose and went with all the people who were with him from Baal, Judah, to bring up from there the ark of God, whose name is called by the name, the Lord of hosts, who dwells between the cherubim. So they set the ark of God on a new cart. Pick up on that right there. They set it up on a new cart, and brought it out of the house. Okay, so we're going to go down to, and when they came to Netron, I don't know how to pronounce that, threshing floor, Uzzah put out his hand to the ark of God and took hold of it. For the oxen stumbled, and then the anger of the Lord was aroused against Uzzah, and God struck from there for his error, and he died there by the ark of God. And David became angry, and because of the Lord's outbreaks against Uzzah, and he called the name of the place Perez Uzzah to this day. David was afraid of the Lord that day, and he said, how can the ark of the Lord come to me? So David would not move the ark of the Lord with him in the city of David. But David took aside into the house of Obadiah, and the ark remained in the house for 3 months. So the Lord started to show me how this guy's blood was on David's hand, because he fell to seek the Lord on how to carry his presence. It says in another book how when David went to get it, he said, we failed to pray. We failed to ask God, how did you want us to carry his presence? It was never designed to be on what we can like. See, the Lord's doing a new thing, but the reality is he's doing a new thing. We have the tendency to say, well, I'll do the new thing. So he puts it on this man-made cart. In today's world, you can look at the church today and say they're trying to compensate for the lack of what they're lacking, but they're not having the glory. So we put out a bunch. I got nothing against lights. I got nothing against haze and all that stuff. But it's like there's this trying to compensate for what's not there. So let's just try to create this atmosphere of hype and excitement. But the reality is, after a while, you're like, there's nothing on it. There's just nothing there, because they don't know how to carry his glory. So he just started to show me how his blood was on David's hand because he didn't pray and seek God to teach them how it's supposed to be carried. So as he was showing me that, I just took that weight on and said, the Lord is calling us to teach people how to carry his presence and to establish his glory. Because he could have dropped the ark right where it was at and left. And he said he was afraid. I believe that's when he really first truly saw or experienced the true fear of the Lord. But he has such an honor for the presence of God. He didn't just drop it and leave it. He needed somebody that knew how to carry his presence, that knew how to host his presence. So he takes it up to Obadiah's house because he had honor for the presence of God, and he knew I need somebody that knows how to host his presence, that'll carry his presence. And so we've taken, and this isn't about us, I'm just giving you a little bit of a kind of where some of this came from. We have to teach people that. And what's that look like? What's that look like? And when we go places, Lord, what does that look like? And that's all I would feel was establish my glory. So in places like this, some places we're in and out, but there's some places that he's calling us to speak into because he wants his glory established. Because where the presence rested, the land was blessed. Okay, I don't know if y'all picked up on that. But where it rested, that whole land was blessed. And like in West Virginia is a very impoverished looking place. It's the coal mine runs most of things, and they kind of rule with an iron thumb or fist or whatever. That's like the only big job source that's really there. And you could bring a billionaire in there, and that could create all kind of jobs. Wouldn't it be awesome? Because I would think that's how I would think. Well, how can I help? How can we do that? He said, by establishing my glory. In Dawsonville, it's a very small place, okay, in Dawsonville. But in the 5 years we've been there, we have seen this small place grow and grow and grow, get a new hotel, all kind of stuff. I don't care what anybody says. We know why. It's because his glory rests in that city. And that's why you're seeing blessing, 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 blessing. So that's what we're here to do in the best way we can. We are not professional speakers. I'm not. My wife's really good at it. I'm not. She is. I am not a speaker at all. And I don't mean to derail a little bit, but I have a speech impediment. So when I speak, it's very uncomfortable because a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying. And that's just a part of a testimony that I got really sick when I was 5 years old, lost my ability to really speak. I would mumble, didn't say anything, and they were trying to give me singing lessons, hoping that would help, and nothing really helped. And I went from saying names to not saying anything. It was all mumble jumble. So I have this, people think it's an accent. It's not an accent. And of course I'm a worship pastor, and it doesn't come out when I sing. You don't hear it when I sing. So I hide behind that. So I don't do a lot of talking in front of people. Typically, I don't do a lot of talking. So when I'm on stage, I don't usually do a lot of talking. So I remember one time being on stage, leading worship. We had already been going to Christ Fellowship for a little bit, but I was at the church we were still at. And he had given me a word for somebody out there ahead of time, actually during prayer, but it involved speaking into the microphone. So I thought that the enemy hadn't stolen my voice because I've been able to sing and I don't have an issue. But then the Lord showed me that in a way he still has stolen my voice because due to how I talk, and because I made fun of a lot, it's really the story behind that. It's kept me from speaking and releasing what he wants me to release. So I remember doing that, and then God gave me another one for another person, and he was showing me that for the things that he's got us to say and to do, if we don't break out of that and release it and come out of our mouth, those people aren't going to be able to receive what it is he wants to do. So he released that. That was just, I'm just giving my testimony. Is that okay if I do that? Okay. All right. So because I'm not a professional speaker, and here I am trying my best to do it, because what he wants to do can't be released if we don't open up our mouth. You know, so the enemy was able to take my voice away for a while, and it's sometimes it probably still happens because sometimes I don't really want to. I want to, but I don't want to. Like, okay, Jess, if you could do it, that'd be great. Here's what I'm feeling, and I've done that a lot. You just say that. You know. So anyway, moving in. So we just want to establish and help establish his presence, because like I said, where his presence and his glory will rest, this whole land will be blessed. I believe that. And what a lot of people have done is they've come to church and they find a church, they find a pastor, and like, awesome, Pastor Bob, so glad we come to this church. I'm going to lay down the presence that I'm trying to carry. I'm going to lay it down at their feet. You carry it for me. The spouses, you carry this for me. Not willing to pick it up, not willing to walk with it themselves. And in the church, that same thing has happened, because the Lord wants to pour down more of his glory and on his body, the kabod, which in the Hebrew means the weightiness of his presence. And he's got more. But the church didn't have the capacity to carry his presence, because they've already laid it down, just personally, and then corporately we rather just kind of sit back and let the pastor and let whoever's leading kind of do all the caring, for them. And I go back to, if y'all familiar with Brownsville Revival, I watched an interview one day, and John Kilpatrick, he said, you know why the revival ended? He said, me and Steve Hill couldn't carry it anymore. And I thought, it's really sad when I hear that, because I think that means that you failed to teach other people how to carry it with you, because they're not called to carry it by themselves. Our pastor, Pastor Todd, does an amazing job, because he's building an army, and he teaches the congregation, we carry this together. Like, we have to. It's too much weight. So this is representing me of carrying his presence. I want you. Can I have you? Yeah. So I'm going to ask Ginger if she can pick up this ark and place it on her shoulder.
I don't think so.
I should come Ginger.
I can lift it up, but I'm not going to put it on my shoulder by myself.
Because what the Lord's requiring, she can't. So in the corporate setting, corporately, it's like I got so much more. I want to pour down in this body, but you're not called to carry it alone. But the glory of God rests on the shoulders of men. So he needs the people. Merle, can I have you? So now, Ginger says, I need help. So right here in the middle, let's get here in the middle. All y'all got to do is lift it and put it on your shoulders. There you go. There you go. This is where the glory of God is supposed to be. It rests on the shoulders of man. Is it a little heavy? Is it a little bit heavy? Jamie, any way you want. There you go. Put it on your shoulder. Get it on your shoulder. Get it on your shoulder. Yeah. Did it take some of the weight off?
Yeah.
Face Pastor Bobby, could you?
You're taller than I am.
Don't go on that side.
Did it feel like it took some of the weight off?
Uh-huh.
So let that come out. So as we learn to carry His glory, He's going to give us more because our capacity is expanding. We're able to carry more of His glory. So I don't have any weights, but as you get more of the weightiness of God, it starts to get heavier. Does that feel a little heavier?
Uh-huh.
It starts to get a little heavier. So He's saying, I'm teaching and training my people to help to carry the glory of God. It's time to pick it up. I need somebody. Sarah, can you come over here? Can you help carry that right there? So, as the body, the ones that are stewarding what the Lord is doing right now is to teach your people how to carry my glory everywhere you go. Everywhere you go out, when you're going somewhere, filled with oil, and everywhere you go, you're carrying His presence. And then when we come together corporately, carrying His glory, because He wants to pour down more. He wants to pour down more. Y'all can sit it down. Thank y'all. Now, when He touched the ark, what happened to Him? He died. Because He called us to carry His glory, carry His presence. He don't touch it. Don't touch it. So what we've done is, as the church, is we've come and we've said, I need it to go this way. It's supposed to go this way. I need it to go this way. I know I need to go this way. No, this way. He said, don't touch it. Let me do what it is that I'm wanting to do. Steward it. Learn to carry it. Just don't touch it. And that's what we've done. As the body, we've touched it. We say, it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be this way. I mean, the baptism alone just rouse people up. We can give you biblical foundation to understand that. But the reality of it is God He can do whatever He wants to do. If He wants to meet people through water, we are so thankful for it because what He's done is He's taken man out of the equation. To me, I just sit back and I was like, thank you, Lord. I know what the Bible says. We lay hands on people. We still do. But I'm like, thank you. Because if there's any little bit inside me that wants to take the glory for that, I can't. So I'm thankful. Because all we have to do is set up the meeting. That's all we have to do. So I want to kind of share some. Are y'all tracking with me? Am I confusing?
No.
Okay, good. Because I confuse myself half the time. But I want to share like two stories, just to give you an example of just always being ready, being filled with oil and carrying His glory. One of them, we went to Hartwell, Georgia, and it was a big. Did you share the story? Okay. It was a big. It's an outreach thing. It's very similar to what we felt the Lord has called us to do, where they brought in all these churches together. And I know why God sent us there, because God had given us a strategy, and then we got invited to go there, and they were doing the same thing that we felt called to do in different cities, and they were doing it. So it was all these churches gathering together on a football field. There was not a certain church that was sponsored. What's the pastor's leader? The leader? No, the evangelist they brought. Robbie Dawkins. Robbie Dawkins were there. If y'all know Robbie Dawkins at all. Anyway, they got so much resistance from the body when they got there. I'm talking when just the word fire riled them up. Pastors were actually putting together sermons to talk about the fire, to come against that. They called it strange fire, because with Elijah calling on fire from heaven, like they are the ones that were not the real fire. I mean, it was just crazy. Opposition, witches talking about coming out there. And all you're talking about is you're talking about leadership and pastors and churches coming together as one and hosting his presence, really. But anyway, it was awesome. We had a good time. We came there. We had 6 baptism tanks. We had all 6 out there. We baptized. It was a great time. And then that was Friday. And we were going to be there Sunday to help lead worship and give a word there. But it's the Saturday that was really exciting. Because this is just kind of life. You just always got to be ready and just go and just see what's going to happen. So we all went to, well, I guess I need to back up because we were fasting. Okay? So when we went there, the night, it wasn't Friday night. I guess it was the night we got there. Thursday night. Yeah. Everybody wanted to go out to eat, the team that we were with, and they wanted to go to the Mexican restaurant. We're fasting. So we go there and we sit there. We're also eating this really good Mexican food. This may sound really weird, but if you're trying to live in kingdom, everything is kingdom. It really is. Including us sitting at a Mexican restaurant not able to eat because it was going to lead to something. Because at the end of the service out there on the football field, we're ready to eat. I don't care what we eat. I just know this tomorrow we want to go to the Mexican restaurant. So Saturday morning, we went to the Mexican restaurant. Awesome. Sitting there, and there was a little paper flyer, little thing sitting on the table. And it was this community outreach thing. And it was another little thing with bringing all kinds of different churches together at some, I don't even know what it was called. It sat there. And we did see this, 4 o'clock, baptisms. We see that, now we're really curious. I mean, we're assuming, it's not going to be what we're used to, but it doesn't matter. So we're like, let's just show up. And I guess it was bouncing houses. And it was like full-on gospel, like soul gospel. You see what I'm saying? Like some soul. It wasn't no white people there, I'm just saying. Soul. You all with me? Okay. Awesome. We did drew a lot of attention. Yeah. Who are these whiteys coming up here? But it was really cool. We go there. They're emceeing and they're eating and there's different things going on. And one of the people we were there kind of wanted to leave, and I don't know. We just really felt I wanted to wait a little bit. So we ended up talking to the guy that was hosting it all, and just to ask him if y'all need any help with because I know y'all baptizing at 4 o'clock. We happen to be here and we're part of a baptism ministry, but we weren't trying to say, hey, well, we know what we're doing, let's do this. But we have towels and scrubs if you need something. They were like, are you kidding me? And the story behind this, I guess, was they had all these volunteers for all these other parts of what was food and all this stuff, and the only thing that nobody was going to do was the baptisms. So some older guy kind of like, well, I'll do it, and that's what happened. And so we just went back, got our trailer, because we'll just be there to help with that in whatever way. And so we get back, they moved in the baptism, they wanted us to help. So I'm not in there. I'm standing on the outside. Jessica's in there. We have a guy with us. We're trying our best to honor, because it's not about us. Okay? So they're baptizing, because kind of your traditional, profession of faith kind of thing. And do you want to share this part? Okay, come on. Yeah, because she's got her own little thing going on inside her. I got my own little thing going on inside me.
So I'm in the water and just helping assist them with baptism, standing there, just lowering people down with them and taking them up. Well, as I'm standing in the water and we're kind of waiting because we felt the presence of the Lord and he was ready to do something. We felt like he wanted to do something. And so we're standing in the water and they're talking, trying to get more people to get baptized and all that. And Lewis, who's in the water with me, is a part of our team. And he keeps coming up to me. He's like, Jess, we got to get the mic and we got to tell them like what God's doing in the water. We got to tell them. And the Lord's telling me, don't say anything. You know, we are just here to honor them and to help them in whatever way that looks like. We are not taking over. And so the Lord just keeps telling me, just wait. Just wait. Don't say anything. And Lewis is like in my face, like, Jess, we got to go like now. Like they're not saying anything. We can go get the mic. Wes is right there. Wes can go say something. And I'm like, Lewis, no. Like I eventually like got the mama stern look on him and I was like, no. And he went, yes, ma'am. And he like kind of stood back. And because I'm really trying to just listen and follow the leading of the Lord, because I know he's going to do something. I just know it, but we have to listen to him and honor. And so I'm standing there and just praying, and I'm like, Lord, just whatever you're going to do, we're here. Whatever you're going to do, we're going to honor. And I hear the Lord say, I have my eyes closed for a second, and I hear him say, I'm proud of you. Thank you for waiting. Now watch. And I look up and Wes is taking his shoes off and he's getting ready. And I'm like, it's about to go down because the Lord released him at that moment. The Lord also released him. So then he jumps in the water. Do you want to take over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they had already baptized everybody. And then the guy that was emceeing was like, I feel like there's one more person. And it was this guy who was like, he had rededicated his life. I guess he had gone through some stuff, and he just gets in the water, and I was struggling with the same thing. I wanted so bad to just be able to give some explanation, because if you just release what the Lord is doing, you're giving him a platform to move. Keep your mouth closed, how are they going to know? But if you say something, that's why testimony is so important. If y'all know what the word testimony means, it means he'll do it again. So when we release that, we've given God the platform to now be able to speak in their life and stir in them. But it's really difficult when you say nothing, and we're just like, Lord, how they're gonna? I mean, I'm not saying God won't stir, but I'm saying like it's our responsibility. We take that on. It's like, let's do our part, and then the Lord does the rest because he stirs in people. And I wanted to do that, but it wasn't our thing. We were just there. I mean, we thought it was awesome. We're just there to help, and now we're helping baptize. But when this guy got in, that's when I feel like the Lord said, just go in and pray for him. And that's what, other people like to tell the story, and they purposely exaggerate. They're like, I'm on the other side of the pool, and I do a swan dive into the pool.
That's so true.
And I come up right there in front of them. Can I pray for you? Then the last part happened because he literally got in the water, and then when he was up, I was right there, and it's on. We have a picture of it where he's like kind of thrown off, because I'm right there. Wasn't expecting. He just knew he went down by himself, and he came back up, and I was there. But anyway, and then it just kind of went from there. But I'm sharing that story because this is what happens when you just carry his presence everywhere you go. I believe that when we walked, nothing special with us, but when we walked on the premises, there was a shift. Because where glory is at, something changes. And I want to share this last story. And I didn't even know this part until last night during the service. I was asking God, what testimonies do you want me to share? Because it's all about his glory, but what can really relate? And then he showed me, and I didn't even recognize it that way. The story is about a guy named Levi. And we were heading to Michigan to baptize at a church up there. And we were going to be delayed a little bit before we had to leave. We had to drop off my daughter at camp. So we had some friends at a campsite. I'm going to try to make this story very short. At a campsite, so we thought we'll go there and hang out with them for a little bit. We had about 2 hours before we had then go to the church to drop her off. We had a trailer with us. If y'all haven't seen it out there, it says Awaken. You got a flame on it. It says prophetic worship and baptisms. It says all that stuff. We went there. I dropped it off in the bathhouse because it would be in the way. Hung out for 2 hours, met with them, got out a trailer, dropped her off, went to Michigan. Thought nothing of it. That was Monday. Thursday, and I still have the voicemail, I got a random call out of nowhere. This guy, trembling voice, he was like, the Lord wants me to call you. He wants, I need you to tell me what I'm supposed to do. And he's like, and he's like, all this stuff. He's like, I don't know. I don't need nothing from you. I just need you to call me. So I'm already like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? So call the guy, and he has so much in his life, so much. His story was insane. He was kind of homeless at that moment, living in a tent. He riddled with fear. He had PTSD. Would watch YouTube videos on conspiracy stuff, and he'd get really just weird. I can't explain it, and just was fearful of everything. And I'm just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. I don't even know where he's at. He talks about coming from Texas and another city and this, and I don't know what God's going to be. He's talking about he's had fear, all this stuff. And he's like, I'm at this campsite. We're living in a tent. I have these service dogs. He was living on disability because of his PTSD. So he has these service dogs. Two pit bulls that are service dogs. 2 pit bulls attacked his dog, almost killed him, destroyed the tent. He had to get rid of the other dogs. So in the midst of that, his arms were chewed up and cut up and all kinds of stuff. And put on top of that, he was deathly afraid of water. Loves the water, but deathly afraid of water because he's riddled with fear. In Texas, they have flesh-eating bacteria in the water, so he's afraid of it. But he said he's walking around, because like I said, I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to say to this guy, because I don't know what's going on. And he tells me he was walking around the campsite at the lake, and he just felt like the Lord was telling him to get in the water. Just go and get in the water. And he's like, I'm afraid of the water. But he just felt this pull to go get in the water. He gets in the water, goes under the water, comes up, immediately felt the release of his PTSD and his mind issues that had held hold of him. He felt it lift and it was gone. He looked at his arms and all the scars and all the stuff that was on his arms, completely gone. The fear that he felt was completely gone. This dude had no idea what just happened. Let me also tell you, he has never heard of the North Georgia Revival. He has never heard of anything to do with what God was doing in the water. No man came to him and told him, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what God's doing in the water. Nobody. And I'm freaking out on the other end of this phone. I'm like, dude, do you have any idea what just happened? He's like, no, that's why I'm calling you, trying to find out. I'm like, have you ever heard of the North Georgia Revival? No, I haven't. And he had watched one of my videos, I guess, because I still didn't know how he got our information. But he watched one of my videos and he mentioned North Georgia Revival, so he heard me say that in the video. And he goes further and he says, well, when I was done, I was drying off and I was walking up the hill. And when I got up the hill, I saw your trailer sitting there at the bathhouse, and it said baptisms, and it had a flame. It's like I had a dream of that flame. And then I knew, I was like, dude, you were at Shady Grove campsite. So in that 2 hours that we were there, he's having an encounter, and our trailer was in place, and then he saw that trailer. That's how we got our information. And he waited till Thursday. Let me also tell you, he was a sensationalist. If y'all know what that is. He didn't believe in any miracles. He didn't believe that God did any of this stuff. So this was already new. Okay, now I told him, I say, look, I'm in Michigan. All I can tell you to do, I said, you are 25 minutes away from the North Georgia Revival. I said, we're going to be coming back Thursday, and we'll be there. All I can tell you to do is be there, and we'll meet you there. And we have a little video of that as well. He gets baptized. He gets slain in the Spirit. By the way, he was also against that stuff. He made fun of that stuff, and God does. I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome. I loved every minute. But here's the part I didn't know until last night. Like, how awesome was that? I'm like, man, we had nothing to do with it. And we didn't. If anybody doubts the water, that right there, nobody told him. God told him. But as I'm asking God, I'm like, Lord, what do you want me to share? And he showed me Levi. I'm like, how does that kind of relate to? And then he showed me, because we carried his glory. When we entered that campground, we brought his glory with us. That's when he started having his encounter. Because the glory came in the presence and on the property of Shady Grove. And then he was able to stir and move and spoke to him.
Wow.
And I didn't even know that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So when you carry his glory everywhere you go, always be filled with oil. Always be. Because you have no idea what he's setting up. I mean, I can tell you right now, we have story after story after story of just trying to yield and let him do whatever he's going to do. Because we said yes a long time ago. We counted the cost. It's what we always tell people. I said, you count the cost first. Say yes to him. And then it's no longer a sacrifice. And now it's just obedience. Now it's a lifestyle of obedience. So I want to take some time here. Where's my mouse at? Yeah, I got it. I want to take a little bit of time. I'm going to play a song, just let it play. So for any of you that just kind of feel like you felt dry, and you just need that refreshing, and you're needing God to just pour more in you. Or anybody that just kind of feels like you've laid down your, I don't know how to say it any other way than like the ark that you're supposed to carry, for when you come into the body, and you're like, Lord, teach me how to help steward and how to help carry your glory. And with these guys here in Ginger, I don't know who all is involved. Revival changes you. Okay, some people. I don't know. I feel like I just need to give something about revival. The word revival has a whole different meaning today. People have a different mindset of what revival means. It's like, hey, we're gonna have church on a Monday, and then on a weekday, and we're gonna take off our suits and we're gonna have a good time. But really, revival is an awakening, and it's the salvation experience, because it's truly a complete restoring of the mind that opens up and it awakens you. I think Apostle Paul is the greatest example of what revival really looks like, because he went from killing Christians, and then he made blind, and then it says scales fall off of his eyes. Well, it says it's like scales falling off his eyes, and he's awakened to, how have I not seen this entire time? To me, I believe that's revival. We just give it a name, but it's a complete, it's an awareness and awakening. And when you're going through that life, the Christianity life, saying, Lord, I give you everything starts to change. Because what you watch, I don't want to watch that anymore. Consecration, that's a big word. To be consecrated. It's not legalism. It's like, Lord, I want to be holy. I want to be holy. So when you go through a life of revival, because you can be in a personal life of revival. And that can be confusing if you have one mindset of revival. But when it happens in you, you're going to see a whole different thing corporately. So in this place right here, you can have a move of the Spirit. The Lord is trying to restore the church back to what it was supposed to be in the very, very beginning. Before man got in and really just kind of pulled things and messed things up and got involved in it. But he's trying to restore. It's almost like he's trying to save the church again. Like they need to come to Jesus because they've completely gotten away from what he designed it to be, which is always meeting with him. So revival typically doesn't move the Spirit. He's like, that's the church. That's what it was supposed to be. It would come and host the presence of God. There's a lot of teachings on how to host the presence of God. And it doesn't move with the Spirit because he would meet with his people. But now we've come in and we've got programs, and I'm not against programs, but we've programmed him out. You know, we've taken the ark right here and we've pushed it and we moved it and we moved it and we moved it and we put it in a closet, and you just stay there. So anyway, I'm gonna play this, and I just, you know, just kind of seek God and just ask him, you know, what in your life and what you've laid down that he's saying, I've called you to carry. He's called you to carry it anyway. But some people don't even know what that even means, to be honest with you. But just to seek God and just ask him, if you've laid it down and you don't do anything, pick it back up tonight. Because a lot of people just like, I've come to a certain point in my life, I'm this age, I'm this, I don't have any use anymore. He's like, until you're not breathing anymore, you still have a purpose. You carry my glory until the very end. So I'm just going to play this, and y'all just have your time.
For the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name, I lay down my life, I give you everything. For the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name, I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. My life will be the war on in action. I can't sit back and watch. When you gave everything, your love drove you to the cross. So I will live to bring you glory, and I will be your hands and feet. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Oh, love is on its way. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. Hey. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. name is Jesus. Only Jesus. Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus. Only Jesus. Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus. Only Jesus. Jesus. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Oh, just put me where His name is Jesus. Only Jesus. Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus. Only Jesus. Jesus. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. And I'll follow you anywhere, 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 anywhere. 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 I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. For the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name, I lay down my life. I give you everything. For the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name, I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. cross. So I will live to bring you glory, and I will be your hands and feet. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Oh, love is on its way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. His love is on the way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus. Only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus. Only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Oh, just put me where. His name is Jesus. Only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus. Only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me, and I'll follow you. Anywhere, 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 anywhere. 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 I'll go anywhere. do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. For the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name, I lay down my life, I give you everything. For the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name, I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. My life will be the war on in action. I can't sit back and watch. When you gave everything, your love drove you to the cross. So I will live to bring you glory, and I will be your hands and feet. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Oh, love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. Hey. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. His love is on the way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. I give you everything for the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. My life will be the war on in action. I can't sit back and watch when you gave everything. Your love drove you to the cross. So I will live to bring you glory, and I will be your hands and feet. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Oh, love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. glory of your name. I lay down my life, I give you everything, for the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. My life will be the war on in action. I can't sit back and watch when you gave everything. Your love drove you to the cross. So I will live to bring you glory, and I will be your hands and feet. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Oh, love is on its way. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me, just put me where you want me. Hey. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. His love is on the way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus. follow you anywhere, 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 anywhere. I'll 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 go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. For the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name, I lay down my life, I give you everything. For the sake of the gospel, for the glory of your name, I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. My life will be the war on in action. I can't sit back and watch. When you gave everything, your love drove you to the cross. So I will live to bring you glory, and I will be your hands and feet. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Oh, love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. Hey. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. His love is on the way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name